guys, welcome to a new episode of Rushdown Radio. I'm Michael,
And this is Anthony.
and we're going to be talking about E3, which now we've had a chance to digest everything that's happened, and all the conferences and the news and the leaks and the information is all now out there. So it's not anything that's we're going to just be too crazy over right now because the initial hype. Because initial hype, sometimes you may have a different opinion about things, but if you let like a few days go by, you're like, okay, this is how I truly feel. But for me, I haven't really changed my opinion. It's just not as hardened as it was post E3, like the next day, because it was pretty hardened.
I have some opinions. I have some high points, some low points. So
what do you want to talk about first in regards to E3 2014?
So let's talk about the big three first.
Okay.
Let's get that out the way.
All right. So let's go about Xbox, since they were the first to show.
So Killer Instinct Season 2, I'm totally hyped.
Yes.
I'm all the hype about that.
I want to see Cinder's trailer so bad.
Man. I saw TJ Combos. Wow, I don't know how much I like his redesign. I don't know how much I'm cool with it. I like watching him play, and he looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, he does like one of those 70s blaxploitation boxers.
Yes.
He's gonna be a Rocky movie.
Yeah, he looks like he's gonna have his whole movie, TJ Combo versus the world. And the other thing I saw was that Dead Rising DLC.
That DLC is so god tier, god body.
And I really like it, not because of what I saw from it, but because I'm really glad that Capcom could acknowledge that they're stupid about titles.
Yeah, they are, and they're like making fun of themselves, which is fine. I'm all for that.
I'm all for Capcom doing stuff like
There's
that.
so much fan service. Like they have so many characters, and then they actually give you the abilities of the characters that their costumes are for. So that I'm like, oh my god, I saw Shoma. They had Felicia from Darkstalker. They got just so many costumes. You can actually do them. And I think somebody did a Shoryuken.
And it's so good.
It's so good. Oh, god. Best DLC of E3 would have to be that.
So, yeah, that's where I am with that.
I'm so ready for that.
As far as the games, first of all, I'm glad they showed some.
Unlike some other conferences that we'll talk about later.
Well, right, it was like a total reversal from last year, but
it was.
I can't say that any of them really stood out to say, I want an Xbox One now.
Actually, I have a couple that I liked.
Go for it.
With Sunset Overdrive, I thought was cool.
Okay.
Even though it kind of reminded me of like an Infamous clone, but I'm gonna give it a chance. It did look cool.
Okay, you're right. That did look kind of cool, and it did speak to my Infamous heart because I'm big about Infamous. It spoke to my Infamous. I'm like, what is this wondrous thing? Is Microsoft trying to tap into the Infamous people from Sony?
I think so.
I think they just like it.
What else? That trailer for the new Phantom Dust, a game that no one played on the Xbox. I was probably one of the 10 people who remembers that game.
I saw that game and I was like, what is this?
The trailer was nice, even though I wish I saw some gameplay, but hopefully it looks good. I'm excited about that. What else? Fable looks pretty good.
It always does.
So I'm excited about that as well.
The only reason I wasn't excited about Fable is because I expect that from Fable.
Yeah.
Fable was one of those franchises that almost made me an Xbox person. Because I played Fable, I played it for hours. I played the first one for so many hours on my friend's Xbox that he had to tell me to stop doing it. He had to kick me off because I was so into Fable.
What else? They actually had a lot of RPGs on the Xbox, even though they were all WRPGs.
Which was still surprising.
It was.
Because the Xbox was never really known as like
an RPG engine.
Yeah.
They love their WRPGs, like Mass Effect and Scrim, as you call it. I saw Scale Down. That was like a pretty good game. I think I might, even though it was just a trailer, it wasn't like actual gameplay footage. So
yeah, that's what I'll reserve judgment for when I see gameplay.
That was the only thing I think I didn't like about Xbox is showing was the fact there was a lot of trailers and not a lot of gameplay footage of a lot of games they were showing. But for what I did see, I was very excited. So.
All right, so that's Microsoft. Let's get to the more disappointing one.
Man, Sony had do you want to go first and speak?
So, PlayStation Now, and what's the other service? PlayStation, the TV one.
Oh, PlayStation TV.
Yeah, those are two of the stupidest services. Because I think one lets you stream your Vita onto your TV or something.
That's not a bad thing. It's just expensive.
Not a good one. It's unnecessary.
I'm getting it
as hell.
I'm getting it.
You would. And
'Cause I haven't beat
PlayStation Now is like insulting the intelligence of its customers. So let's take the PlayStation 3 games you guys couldn't play, and then we're gonna use it as a streaming service.
Yeah,
with like some kind of like what was it, like a rental fee or something?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's stupid. That means to me I could have just kept my PS3 and called it a day.
Well, everyone should keep their PS3s because yeah, you can't play those games on a PS4
unless you get this.
Spoiler alert. As far as Sony's conference, I was extremely underwhelmed by it because there weren't that many games that were shown, and most of the games they showed we've already heard about prior.
And not to mention that other ones are like reboots of games.
Oh my god, all those HD and the remaster and all that's coming. Like, we've already played these games. And you're gonna remaster. You're gonna have a whole conference about games that we've already played, but they look a little bit prettier on the PS4. Come on.
And of course, there were the clones they had, like the like Deep Down.
Oh,
that was
god.
clearly a Dark Souls clone.
Complete.
And there was another Dark Souls clone they had that people were defending, and it's like, it looks just like Dark Souls.
It does. The Order looks good, but like a QTE game.
The Order. Oh, see,
that dark survival horror-ish game back in, it's set in like olden times.
See, that's how much I don't care. I don't even remember that.
That's terrible. It looks good, but like it was a QTE game. Like it was just nothing but, press the button at this particular moment. Do. So I wasn't. And they've already announced that like months ago, so it wasn't much of a reveal. Yeah. That's the thing. It wasn't any surprise and like to anything. And of course, the Uncharted 4, like no one saw that coming. Like I'm like, really? Man. I'm like, really?
Man, Uncharted 4, who would have thought?
Like they just wasn't gonna come out with a part 4 on the PS4. Like, of course not. Why would they do that?
I mean, it looked good.
Of course, it's gonna look good.
I mean, that's about it.
That's like their top. That's like one of their top proprietary like franchises right now. Is Uncharted. Of course you don't. What I wish they would have shown was another God of War game.
Man, they keep talking about it. They keep teasing like, man, this is gonna be another God of War. It's gonna come on PS4, and I'm not gonna be hyped.
Why not?
Man,
they need a new character.
Ascension hurt me so bad.
Damn.
First of all, I beat it in a day.
Yikes.
Second of all, I didn't care that I beat it in a day. Like, that's the first game I've ever beaten that I sat down and beat in an entire day. And it's like, but no. This elemental sword shit and goat people. That was like the main enemy. Goat people. There was so many goat people. And the multiplayer was stupid. I don't care how many people love the multiplayer. It was stupid.
So you're not here for a new God of War?
No, okay. I'm not.
But Uncharted 4, yay! We didn't see it coming. And they had that long trailer for Destiny.
That game better be good. that game has to be good.
Destiny is Destiny.
That game has to be good, or they are just gonna look really stupid.
They are. Everybody was hoping to see like the Last Guardian trailer. I thought the Destiny trailer was the Last Guardian trailer.
That game, that
vaporware, Ghostware. I like that Ghostware.
So
Sony.
I feel like Destiny's gonna become the next Watch Dogs.
What, it's hyped up and then it actually doesn't like meet.
And then it does nothing in accordance to the hype. Don't worry. I'm going to go into great. See, I'm not even going to post a review about Watch Dogs. It's more like a rant. I just have to go through the arduous process of getting footage of Watch Dogs.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. I think I should do a rant about a particular game that I just recently got into.
I can't review it because I didn't play it long enough to review all the features because I couldn't sit through it. So.
All right. So, all in all, Sony was probably my least favorite showing of the big three. Like, they had that long... I mean, I love Brian Michael Bendis because he's a great comic book writer, but for the fact that he came out to talk about that new Power show, I'm like, no, you could have did this another time. You should have did this at, like, a Marvel... You could have did it somewhere else, but just not E3. This wasn't the time for that, so... Yeah, I'm just not...
Yeah. All right, so then let's go to what I call the winner.
Squee! That's what I call it.
That's Nintendo.
Oh my god, Nintendo.
So, first of all, I want to point out that they probably won E3 and they weren't even there. Second of all, best intro ever to have Reggie and I keep forgetting that other guy. They had like that whole DBZ sequence.
Oh
that
yeah,
went right into Smash Brothers.
That was so god body.
I was down for that.
And then they had the Robot Chicken like little inserts every so often. I like that too. They were really conscious about their audience this year.
Yeah, and I was down.
And as far as the games, there's so many games.
Now, let's see. Smash Brothers, of course, is going to be there. The only thing I hated about that was the fact they pushed the date back.
I saw that coming. Like they knew coming out summer 3DS version, and then winter the Wii U version. That would have been stupid. Huge. Yeah. So they're like, let's fix some things and let's tweak this a little bit. So yeah.
But I will wait. Because after playing it, I think it's worth it. I have to play it for a little bit at the Best Buy Smash event, and I thought it was pretty awesome.
So the games that I really enjoy watching the trailers for, of course, Hyrule Warriors. I'm so ready for that game.
I enjoy watching it.
Whole body.
You know, I'm not a what is it?
Muso.
Destiny. No, that's not even close. Dynasty Warriors. There we go. I'm not even a fan of that.
So that and the Bayonetta bundle basically, because it's Bayonetta 1 and 2 bundled together, and you get those DLC costumes.
You have no idea my hype for that.
I was like, oh my god.
She did the Master Sword Slash.
She did.
She did Link's moves. She can do the moves of the costumes. I will rush to that whole game with the Metroid suit.
Of course you will.
Man.
Because that's the way Metroid Other M should have been.
Man.
That was a beta for this.
Sassy protagonist.
That was the beta.
Sassy protagonist. Overly sexual. Killing stuff. I mean, what's wrong with that?
I mean, to get part 1 and 2, I think that's a great one. That's a great deal.
Especially for how long people have been waiting for this game.
Yeah, because I haven't finished part 1, so now I have a real reason to play part 1 over
I haven't either. So I keep looking at part 1. I'm like, I'm gonna finish it, and I know I'm lying.
Well, now you can just wait.
Yeah.
What else?
Now the only game I didn't care to look at was the Yoshi Yarn game.
It looked pretty.
It looked pretty. It just looked. See, the only thing is that I played Kirby's Epic Yarn, and Kirby comes off as an easy game to begin with. Epic Yarn just made it like stupidly easy. That looks like what they're gonna do. The same thing with the Yoshi game. It's gonna be like take a game that's not that difficult to begin with and dumbify the shit out of it and make it yarn. But it's a Nintendo game, so I have to at least give it a chance.
Yeah.
And I'm actually proud to see that they didn't have another Mario game up there.
Thank God. But they did have that Toad game, which is basically a spinoff of that was it that mini game from one of the other Mario games?
Yeah, I saw that and
I kind of want it.
It looked good. It looked like it was good enough for me to try to play.
Let's not forget that beautiful, gorgeous Zelda Skyrim game that's coming out.
Man, I don't know what game that is, and people are like, that's not Link, but I don't care.
I don't care. That game was great. Oh my god.
Oh, that looked like a tech demo, and I didn't care. He just came up with that arrow.
Oh god, they knew what to do.
They knew how to hype up a crowd.
They did. They know Zelda gets people hype easily. What else? Oh, that one mystery game which was called X last year now has a title, the Xenoblade Chronicles X, which I'm so.
I looked at that and I don't know anything about that.
You don't even need to because this game.
I looked at it and I was like,
because this is a spiritual successor to the previous game, so it's not actually going off the original story.
Oh, good. Then I can feel hype about it. Yeah, that trailer was amazing.
It was. I was so ready.
I was like, yes.
They have mech battles.
You can't go wrong with
mechs. My god.
Any game with mechs, that's not
it's
Gundam
RPG.
Games.
It's not Gundam game. The fact that Gundam doesn't have good mech games is terrible. But that's
a whole few good ones, but the majority of them are pretty bad.
Alright, so
wait, there was one more game they had, and I forget the name of it. But it's like it's a team FPS, not FPS. It's a third-person shooter.
You're talking with the
ink and all that.
Oh yeah, no, you're talking. I can't think of the name of it.
I looked really down on it when I first looked at it, but then I kept looking at gameplay and was like, you know what?
This looks interesting.
This looks interesting and it looks fun. It's not Call of Duty.
You turn into a squid and you go through ink and then you try to make sure other person's territory is inked up with yours, and I think that's a cool game.
It's a cool game if you can play it with some friends, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like that looks like a game you require friends.
But let's not forget the last portion we should talk about is just a little bit more about Smash Bros, which was that trail at the end of their conference.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Go ahead, Marcus.
Oh my God, Palutena!
First of all,
that anime trailer.
First of all, I now demand a Smash Brothers anime. I demand it.
Yes,
I demand it.
It was so good
because they proved that they can do it. God, second of all, man, she came in like thought body as ever.
She was like, so about yo.
She was like, bounce out the hips, bounce out the chest. I'm here to fight. Whoa, that's a lot of hips.
Like Pit, get out the way. So that was a good reveal to end off their conference, I thought. Like, they just had so many good moments from their conference. They have a lot of good games coming out. They're really trying to pack this Wii U. They didn't show too many 3DS games, which is good because they have enough.
Right, the now. 3DS don't need no help.
Yeah.
The only thing they showed from that was more on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
You can use your Mii's for Smash Brothers, and you get 3 different jobs, and they have all the moves you can choose. Oh my God!
Michael's all about using the Mii's.
I
am too.
I'm making memes for no reason now, just for that game. I'm just gonna make.
And there's like already Mii's you can use. I think they have like Snoop Dogg and Ice-T. Man.
Oh, Nintendo. I don't forget about that other thing they're using. That
I'm gonna make the Keanu Reeves Mii and make him a sword master.
Stop.
Yep.
I forgot about that new Skylander thing they're using too. That amiibo, which I thought was kind of cute. But I'm still skeptical about that too.
I'm very skeptical about that.
I'm gonna come that.
It looks like something you don't necessarily need, so I'm gonna like kind of just overlook it.
It looks fun. I might try it out, but that's for later. So to wrap up this episode,
oh wait. Are we like almost finished?
Yeah, we're almost finished.
Oh, I thought we were gonna talk about individual developer ones.
No, we don't have time for all that.
Are we gonna wait? All right, fine. I'll do my own videos on that.
Okay. So, what would you say is best of show was Nintendo
easily.
Worst of show was Sony.
Yes.
And not Namco. God, they weren't even there really. But
so, I want to put honorable mention out there for Mortal Kombat 10.
Oh, that was pretty awesome.
Like I don't even like Mortal Kombat, and I'm willing to play this game.
Yeah. Just because they added more stuff to it.
If only they would add hold back to block, I'd be fine with it. I'd play it to my heart's content.
Alright guys, so that's going to wrap up our Big 3 E3 video, but we're going to come back with another, because obviously we have more to say, so we're going to come up with our individual developers video right after this.
あら、ご無沙汰してましたね。
まあな。